Hello squirrels and owls, you wonderful preschoolers. I am here to read another book with you because we're talking about trees this week. This book is about a tree and it's called A Tree is Nice. This book was written by somebody called Janice Udry. Look at this beautiful tree at the coast. I'd like to go visit that one. See here, there's one kid looking at a small tree and another kid that must have climbed way up high onto this big old tree. Whoa, that's some climbing. Trees are very nice. They fill up the sky. Do you love to go into the woods and be just in the middle of trees? I like that a lot. They go beside the rivers and down the valleys. They live up on the hills. Trees can be just about anywhere. Trees make the woods. They make everything beautiful. I'd like to go and visit there. Oh, look at all those trees. Beautiful woods. Even if you have just one tree, it is nice too. A tree is nice because it has leaves. The leaves whisper in the breeze all summer long. Do you notice what the horse is doing with the tree? It's standing in the shade of the tree because it's often cooler in the shade than it is in the sun. It's always cooler in the shade than it is in the sun. So when it's really hot outside, animals and people too often look for shade and they go stand in the shade. And trees can give you shade. In the fall, the leaves come down and we play in them. We walk in the leaves and roll in the leaves. We build playhouses out of the leaves. Then we pile them up with our rakes and have a bonfire. Some people do that in some parts of the country. Right now, we are not going to have any fires. It's already way too smoky. But look at those kids. They're stomping through the leaves. There's somebody rolling in the leaves way back there. Do you notice? And this guy is watching over a fire. I'm glad he's watching to make sure it's safe. A tree is nice because it has a trunk and limbs. We can climb the tree and see all over the yard. We can sit on a limb and think about things. Or play pirate ship up in the tree. Oh, look at that. Those kids look like they're having great fun climbing this tree. But this also looks like a tree that's wonderful for climbing. Oh, wow. Hey, and notice there's one girl helping the boy climb up the tree. What great teamwork. Oh, I see this boy. He looks like he's thinking. And this kid looks like he might be a pirate. Like he's pretending to be a pirate on his ship, looking out to the ocean. If it is an apple tree, we can climb it to pick the apples. Sometimes that's true. My apple trees are too small to climb. But look, I love to pick apples. And they're so yummy to eat. Do you like to eat apples? Or maybe other fruit like pears or cherries? Cats get away from dogs by going up the tree. Birds build nests in trees and live there. Sticks come off the trees too. We draw in the sand with the sticks. See that? There's a cat that was trying to get away from the dog. The dog is barking at the cat, going, "Ruff, ruff, ruff, you come down, I want to chase you." But look at the kid. He found a stick that fell off the tree, and he is using the stick to draw in the sand. Can you see what he drew? Ooh, look closely. What did he draw right there? A ship. You're right. And what's that? Can you tell? You're correct. That's a house. Do you see the sun he drew? Can you point to it? You got it. Smart. A tree is nice to hang and swing in, or a basket of flour, or it is a good place to lean your hoe while you rest. Oh, do you see the kid that's swinging on the swing in the tree? Do you like to swing in a tree or on a swing in a playground? Look, there's one kid picking flowers, and she put her basket right there. It's hanging on a tree branch. And there is a boy that was working in the garden here. And this is the hoe. This is a tool he used in the garden to get the weeds out. But now he's resting, and he rests his hoe in the tree. That's a good spot for it. Trees are good for many things. A tree is nice because it makes shade. Do you see who's using the shade right here? Are those elephants? No, you're right. Are those sheep? No, of course not. They're cows. You are so right. The cows lie down in the shade when it is hot. Just like the horse in the other picture. The cows found the shade of the tree to stay cool. People have picnics there too. And the baby takes a nap in his buggy in the shade. I see somebody who's taking a nap under a newspaper. Do you see that person? I go right there. And look at that person. He has his eyes closed and he's just sitting, leaning against the tree, but I think he may be sleeping too. There's a kid up in the tree taking a nap. And there's somebody down there in the shade of the tree reading a book. And there's a lady sitting in a chair and just resting her eyes. Looks very inviting. I wouldn't mind joining those people. A tree is nice for a house to be near. The tree shades the house and keeps it cool. Do you have a tree near your house? Does your tree give your house some shade? If you don't know, maybe look out the window, or maybe ask your mom and dad, or maybe you can go outside and look. That would be a good idea. The tree holds off the wind and keeps the wind from blowing the roof off the house sometimes. Trees are very helpful. Trees are very handy, and trees are beautiful. A tree is nice to plant. You dig the biggest hole you can and put the little tree in. Then you pour in lots of water and then the dirt. You hang the shovel back in the garage. Every day, for years and years, you watch the little tree grow. You watch and watch. You say to people, I planted that tree. See, this is where he planted it. He dug a hole, he stuck his tree in, then he poured on some water, and then he added some more soil. Then he put the tools back in the garage. There's the tree. And then he started watching his tree for years and years, in the winter and in the summer. And he's telling people, I planted that tree. It's pretty cool if you plant a tree. They wish they had one, so they go home and plant a tree too. Maybe you can plant a tree. Wouldn't that be fun? Go and look at trees. They're really cool. See you soon.